You're listening to Weight Loss for Life Coaches, episode 34, with Master Certified Life and Weight Loss Coach, Paige Bowman.
Welcome to Weight Loss for Life Coaches, the weekly podcast for coaches who are growing their coaching business and on their weight loss journey. Each week, we'll be tackling why weight loss feels hard and how to make hitting your weight loss goal the simplest thing you do all day. Today, we are going to be talking about the difference between easy and ease and how knowing this difference will make all the difference on your weight loss journey. I have two favorite sayings when it comes to talking about weight loss and the kind of work I do with my clients. And the first one is, let it be simple. I put it on the Urge jars that I gift my clients. And because I think it's true, we can let it be simple. It's a choice. And maybe that will be a separate podcast. I mean, technically, episode number 1 of this podcast is all about what is simple weight loss. So if you want to know more about why let it be simple is one of my favorite sayings and what it means to let it be simple, go check out episode 1. My second favorite saying is, we lose weight with ease. I love talking about losing weight with ease and letting it be something that I put into your ear and you get to mull over and think about the possibility that you could lose weight with ease. And I don't mean just to get to your journey and then feel ease. I really mean the entire journey, the entire process can be done with ease. But I'm clear in that I don't say easy. And I've thought about for a little while how I don't say easy, I say ease, and why that is. And then I decided to do an episode on it because I think it's important to differentiate the two and tell you why I say we can lose weight with ease and what that means, and how easy doesn't always have to be the goal, even if we actually can make losing weight easy as well. So let me first start by telling you a little bit about my journey with ease and easy. So I talked about this in a separate episode. I think it was episode 25 when I talked about my weight loss journey. But I did this series in 2020 where I recorded a video every day and then I wrote up a little thing with it. And I sent it out as an email, like a freebie kind of, where I lost 10 pounds in 85 days. And that's actually something you can get. You can just send me an email at hello@paigebowman.com or a message on Instagram at lifecoachpaigeb and let me know you want that. I don't advertise it, but if you're listening to this and you're like, ooh, I would love to lose 10 pounds with Paige, then go check that out or send me a message and I'll get it sent to you. But in that journey, in that 85-day series, I review my journey every 30 days. So I review 3 times in that 85 days really, but 90 days. And I made a model. I talked about this in the last episode, the self-coaching model, where I put in my weight loss goal, and then I put in my thought about it. I put in what feeling that created for me. And then in the A line, I put what I do or don't do from that thought and that feeling, and what result that created for me. So when I was losing 10 pounds, I put in my thought about the goal that I thought would feel good. And I gave myself the month to test out if that thought and if that feeling about my goal really did have me doing what I needed to do and not do what wasn't serving me on my journey. And then in the second 30 days, at the beginning of the next 30 days, I reviewed that model. And then I took a look at, was that working for me or not? So it was really way more scientific than I'd realized. Right now with my clients, we do a lot of these where we set up 5-pound experiments and then what we think it'll take to get there. And then we evaluate. And I was kind of already doing this a couple of years ago with myself. And so what I found in that series was that the feeling of ease was the one that actually kept me going and had me do the things I needed to do. I thought it was maybe, can't remember if it was certain or confidence or committed, one of the C emotions. But it wasn't that for me personally, it was ease. And the thought for me was, this is just what I do. So when I thought about my goal, when I thought about the journey and the things that it takes to lose weight, and I think this is just what I do, I actually feel ease in my body. And then that has me go ahead and do the things in a way that doesn't feel rush or pressure or overwhelm or hustle or any of that. And ever since then, I've been talking about letting everyone know that you can lose weight with ease. And I just want to put in a little caveat here. If ease isn't the feeling for you, but it's something similar, say peace or calm or grounded or whatever that is for you, feel free to swap those out. So when I talk about ease, whatever that is for you, think about it like that. Okay, so now let's talk about easy. I decided, and I've talked about this on the podcast as well, I think actually that's episode 2, how to have 2 big goals. I decided to become a coach and go through my coach certification while having my full-time job and lose 25 pounds. And I decided to do all of these things at once, even though I was kind of being told and inundated with this idea of just do one thing at a time or one big goal at a time. And so I realized that, well, if I was going to do this, I was going to have to figure out how to do it my way and how to make it easy for me to figure out, for me to keep going, to keep taking the next step. And so I decided to use the tools I now teach and I talk about all the time on my podcast, like the 3 steps, the hunger scale, allowing urges, processing emotions, etc. And I knew that I was going to use these tools, of course, with coaching as well. And I knew that I needed to figure out how to make them easy for me so that I could keep going. So that was my goal. And that's exactly what I did is I made weight loss and all these skills that I used and continue to use really, I learned how to make them easy so that I could go after my 2 big goals at the same time. And we're going to get into what does it mean for something to be easy and why I'm talking about that and why I don't actually say easy very often. But I still wanted to tell you that I did figure out how to make weight loss easy. It didn't start out easy, but that was still my goal. And it is my goal for my clients. Even though I don't talk about it all the time, I talk more about the ease. That's something that I do always have in the back of my mind is how can we make this even easier, even if it's not a problem, and we're going to get into this as well, that it's hard sometimes. So let's get right into the difference. Ease is a feeling. So if you think again about the self-coaching model, where you have your circumstance and then you have your thought about it, and then you have your feeling, ease is a feeling. Easy is a thought you have about something. And this is really important because I'm going to talk more about what makes something easy or hard, but easy is the way you're thinking about the thing you're doing. You're thinking this is easy or this is hard, just to keep it simple. So ease is a feeling, and a feeling that is created by some sort of thought you're having. And easy is a thought you're having about the thing you're doing, or maybe the weight loss goal, and put that in the circumstance line, and the thought you're having is this is easy or this isn't easy or something like that. So then what's the goal? Is it easy? Is it ease? Well, it really depends, to be honest. I didn't set out to make my weight loss journey full or filled with ease. I didn't think that that was important, but I actually figured it out along the way. And that helped me in so many areas of my life. I found that ease is an important feeling for me. And I would group that along with peace and calm and grounded. These are important feelings for me to feel when I'm on any sort of journey, whether it's my business and my marriage, taking care of my house, my body, etc. And so for me, the goal wasn't ease, but when I realized that ease works well for me, that is now the goal for anything I'm doing. It's to create ease, to create peace, calm, grounded, whatever it is, on my journey. And for me, I sort of love that because it has me in control of how I feel along the journey, right? I'm not just leaving it up to the thing. I'm like, no, whatever I'm doing, I get to choose how I feel. And I'm getting really good at creating that feeling on purpose. And I would also say it depends on the goal and where you are and, your thoughts about it, if easy is the goal. And that leads me right into what I want to talk about next, which is easy doesn't have to be the goal because hard doesn't have to be a problem. And this is really why I want this episode out to you, because what I find is, and it really doesn't matter the topic, but what I find is that we think hard is a problem. It's the objection that keeps us from doing what we want to do and getting done what we want to get done. And something being hard actually doesn't have to be a problem. Like, it can be hard to do something. It can be challenging. It can be uncomfortable, whatever hard means to you. And that doesn't have to be an objection. So that means that the goal doesn't have to be to make something easy. Or you can make the goal to make it easier and still not make it being hard right now a problem. And the other reason why I want this episode in your hands is because if you believe that losing weight has to be full of willpower and pressure and something like hustle, and you don't believe ease is possible, you'll either give up or you won't get started. And so it's so important for me to show you the difference, but also so that you can know that ease is possible and how to create it for yourself on your weight loss journey, no matter what you're doing. And that something being hard, right? Learning the skills that it takes to lose weight it can be hard and it doesn't have to be a problem that it's hard sometimes. Okay, so let's dive a little deeper with ease, right? I said ease is a feeling. You can put anything in your A line, right? Your feeling drives your actions or inaction. So you can put anything in your A line, your action line of the model, and you can fuel it with ease. You can fuel anything you want to do or not do with ease. That is possible for you. So if you're doing something that you don't know how to do or you're still learning, I like to tell my clients this idea of, I think I learned it in the military. I'm not sure if like other people talk about it, but it's this idea of you have to learn how to crawl before you can learn how to walk. You have to learn how to walk before you can run. So you crawl, walk, run. And if you're in the beginning stages of learning something, I call it the crawl phase. And so if you're doing something that you don't know how to do yet and you're still learning and you're still figuring this out, it can be hard for you right now, objectively, right? Because it may take time and energy and effort and practice, but you can go through this learning phase with ease. That is always possible for you. So what it takes to create this ease is a thought, right? If it's a feeling, if ease is a feeling, it just takes a thought that creates the ease for you. And for me, I had to kind of figure this out. So mine was, this is just what I do, or that tends to be what mine is. Another one of my favorite ones is I always figure things out. So whatever the goal is, if I'm thinking I always figure things out, I'm feeling ease. Or again, right, sub out whatever that feeling is for you, peace or calm or grounded. And you want to test out these different thoughts, right? Come up with what you think it might be, test it out. And when I say test it out, think it, go do the thing that you want to do and while thinking that and seeing if it creates a feeling of ease for you. And listen, when you find the thought that creates ease for you, you can always create it. I'm like, yes, here we go. We figured it out. And now you can always create ease, right? Because you can always think that thought that you found no matter what you're doing. And you want to test out creating ease with what you're doing on your weight loss journey. So let's say, for example, taking your weight. If you've chosen to check your weight every day, like get on the scale, you can play around with, this is just what I do. Or just take some data and feel the ease. And then go step on the scale and write it down. Or you can use doing the 3 steps, right? Making your food plan ahead of time, writing it down, and honoring your plan. Test out, this is just what I do. I always figure things out, and feeling that ease in your body, and then go do the 3 steps and test out, does that create ease for you while you go do this thing? So whether it's a skill you're just now starting to learn or one that you're masterful at, right? That's easy for you to do, easy, quote unquote. Ease is always available for you to experience. And that means you get to experience ease now on the way to your weight loss journey, or on the way to your weight loss goal, on your weight loss journey. And you don't have to wait to get to your goal to feel that ease. That's the best part. And bonus, when you feel ease, and this is why I talk about all the time, you're much more likely to stay with it, right? When you're feeling ease, even if you're learning a new skill, like allowing urges, right, to eat off your plan or to overeat, but you know how to create ease, you're much more likely to stay with the skill and stay with the journey and get good at those things. And this is what I found, and it's why I talk about it all the time, that we can lose weight with ease, especially as coaches who are doing big things, right? If you're someone who has 2 big goals or more, you want to be able to feel ease no matter what you're doing, but especially in your weight loss journey, so that you'll just keep going. Okay, now let's talk about easy, which, remember, as I said earlier, is a thought. We can't ever say something is objectively hard or easy, because you're going to have different criteria than someone else of what makes something hard or easy. And you could actually write this out. Like, this might be a good exercise. Like, when you think that something's hard, what makes it feel hard, or what makes you think that it's hard? And the same with easy. So, like, what's your criteria for something being hard or easy? I would say for me, something is hard when it takes focus. I tend to distract myself. I say I tend to, but that's something I'm working on, is not to distract myself as much. But if something requires focus, I tend to call that hard. And if it's something that I barely even have to think about or give attention to do the thing, I tend to call that easy. So I would put one of my criteria, or one of the reasons I call something hard, is if it takes a lot of attention, or most of my attention. And another one is time. So sometimes if something takes time, even if I'm skilled at the thing, I might call it hard. So what are your criteria for what makes something hard or easy? And think about this. What's your opinion of something being hard or easy? I don't want you to underestimate your thoughts about something being hard or easy, because that could be driving what you choose to do or not do, and you don't even realize it. I have this client who, she had this thought that if it's easy, it's not worth doing. Like, it needs to be hard to feel rewarding. And she wasn't doing the things that came more naturally to her, right? That she was already skilled at, or that felt like she would already be good at. She was not doing those things. And so we found this thought that it has to be hard, and that's what makes something rewarding. So it was like she wanted it to be easy, but then she was kind of self-sabotaging, because she was believing that if it were easy, it wouldn't be worth it. And so think about, what is the criteria for something being hard or easy, your own personal criteria, and what's my opinion of something when I think it's hard or when I think it's easy. Because here's the thing, I said it earlier and I'm going to say it again. Something being hard for you, whatever that means, does not have to be a problem, right? Just because something takes time and energy and learning doesn't mean we should avoid it, right? Just because it feels uncomfortable doesn't mean we should avoid doing that thing. And if you really let yourself think about it, oftentimes we like it when something is hard or challenging. So many of us love to learn new things and do things that are hard. I did a coaching call for one of my friends recently for her group, and I remember we were talking about sales, like learning sales skills, how to sell. And this person I was coaching was talking about it being hard and uncomfortable. And I told them that, like, what if you could actually like that it's hard and uncomfortable. And I told them that my example was I climbed the Half Dome. I think it was in 2019 with one of my good friends. And that was super hard and super challenging, but dang if I didn't feel lit up by how hard and uncomfortable that was. And I mean, I signed up for that knowing it was going to be hard and uncomfortable, and everyone was laughing at that. So, and I think even the person I was coaching said that she did the same thing and she also loved that it was hard and challenging. So it might be that you just have a confused thought that something being hard is a problem. And actually, something being hard can be exciting and challenging and fun. And bonus, you can always make something that's hard right now, according to your criteria, you can make it be something that you do with ease, right? Remember, ease is a feeling. And when you can create ease, you can do anything you want and make it fueled by ease. Fortunately, with practice, what might feel hard now can actually feel easy, right? You can be thinking something is hard and then be more practice at it, get more skilled at it, and then you can be thinking, okay, this is getting easier. This was my goal for myself when I started out. I wanted to keep going one step at a time while doing all the other things I was doing. So I decided to take one skill at a time that was hard, right? It took focus, it took effort, it took and practice and time, and do one thing that felt hard, that seemed hard, and then I made it easy, and then I would move on to the next thing. And that's my goal for my clients as well. And there's so many things I do in my own program that I actually help my clients make the skills that we work on easier, in the sense that we find the obstacles, we find the objections, we coach on them. Like, there's so much more we do, because something being unnecessarily hard because you're self-sabotaging, like I said, talked about my client earlier who was self-sabotaging and making things hard on purpose, right? Those kinds of things we want to drop, we want to work through. But if truly learning to make your food plan ahead of time takes focus, takes effort, takes practice, and it does, and you're thinking it's hard right now, that doesn't have to be a problem. And with practice, you'll get really good at it. And then you'll be thinking, oh, that's easy. That's the best. It's the best feeling when you do something that you're thinking this is hard, and then you're like, and now this is easy. But if something being hard is a problem, you'll never get to where you're good at it and making it easy. So remember, hard doesn't have to be a problem. Okay, now let's get into some powerful questions. I haven't been doing these at the end, I realized recently. And I'm like, I've got a couple of good ones I can give you. So, powerful questions. Here we go. What if something being hard weren't a problem? What would I do then? How would that change my weight loss journey? What makes me feel ease? How would it change my weight loss journey if I created ease for myself along the way? What would be different? All right. I gave you some powerful questions. I've been forgetting them, but I didn't forget this time. We covered the difference between ease and easy, and letting go of something being hard being a problem. I look forward to hearing how this changes your thoughts about your weight loss journey and your actual process. If you love this episode, leave us a 5-star rating and review us, and share this episode with someone you know would really benefit from this. And if you want one-on-one help making things feel ease and turning what seems hard right now into something that you're masterful at it and it's easy for you on your weight loss journey, not just for when you get to the goal, but on your weight loss journey, reach out to me. This is the work I do with my clients. I got really good at it with myself, and I transfer all of that to my clients, and I can help you do just that. So if you're interested in working with me, we can get on a consult call, and you can sign up for one of those by just sending me a message on Instagram at LifeCoachPageB, or send me an email and just let me know, hey, I would love to set up a consult. And you can send that email to hello@pagewoman.com. All right, y'all, this was a fun one. Until next week, bye.